Empire Builder. The Empire Builder is a famous long-distance passenger train operated by Amtrak between Chicago and either Seattle or Portland via two sections west of Spokane. The end-to-end travel time of the route is 45 to 46 hours for an average speed of about 50 to 79 miles per hour over the majority of the route. It is Amtrak's busiest long-distance route. The train was first launched by the Great Northern in June 10, 1929. It was named in honor of the company's founder, James J. Hill. At first, the train would typically consist of steam locomotives and passenger cars built in the 1920s. After the World War II ended, Great Northern placed new streamlined diesel-powered trains in service that cut the scheduled 2,200-mile trip between Chicago and Seattle from 58.5 hours to 45 hours. The schedule allowed riders to see the views of the Cascade Mountains and Glacier National Park, a park established through the lobbying efforts of the Great Northern. Re-equipped with domes in 1955, the Empire Builder offered passengers sweeping views of the route through the three dome coaches and one full-length Great Dome car for the first-class passengers. In 1970s, when railroads were in a great ruin because of the rise of cars and planes, the Great Northern Railroad merged with the Northern Pacific and the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy to form the Burlington Northern Railway. The railroad would eventually give out all of their passenger lines to the newly formed Amtrak in May 1971. When Amtrak acquired the route, they decided to keep the original name intact. In the summer of 1974, Amtrak added a third service, the Expo 74, to complement the Builder and North Coast High Water on the segment between Spokane and Seattle. This was the only time Amtrak provided a 3 times daily service on a long-distance route outside the Silver Corridor, claiming that its 3 services could cover the route in 7.5 hours compared to the 8.5 hours it took at the time. Amtrak engineers thought that the trip could be done in less than 5 hours. In October 1979, the Builder was the first of Amtrak's Western long-distance services to receive the new Superliner 1 cars built by Pullman Standard to replace the aging steam-heated coaches that frequently broke down due to harsh winters in certain regions of the route. Amtrak added a Portland section in 1981, with the train splitting in Spokane. This restored service to the line previously operated by the Spokane, Portland, and Seattle Railway. In 2005, Amtrak upgraded service to include a wine and cheese tasting in the dining car for sleeping car passengers and free newspapers in the morning. After running daily for the better part of a century, the Empire Builder was cut back to tri-weekly operation along with Amtrak's other long-distance routes on October 12, 2020, as part of a round of service reductions due to COVID-19 pandemic. The train starts from Chicago at the Chicago Union Station, then heads its way to Glenview, Milwaukee, Columbus, Wisconsin Dells, Portage, Omaha, La Crosse, Wayne, Red Wing, St. Paul, Minneapolis, St. Cloud, Staples, Detroit Lakes, Forgor, Grand Forks, Devil's Lake, Rugby, Minot, Stanley, Williston, Wolf Point, Glasgow, Malta, Harvey, Selby, Cutbank, Browning, East Glacier Park, Essex, West Glacier Park, Whitefish, Libby, Sandpoint, and then to Spokane. The train will be split into 2 sets. The first part of the train number 7/8, will head for the main Chicago to Seattle section, and train number 27/28 will head to the Portland section. Although the line was successful and profitable, but it doesn't mean it was free from issues whatsoever. The point is, there have been a couple of accidents happened on the Empire Builder over the years. Here's the following accidents happened. Let's talk about ridership here. Over fiscal years 2007 to 2016, the annual ridership averaged from 500,000 with a high of 554,266 in FY 2008. Revenue peaked in FY 2013 at more than $67 million.
Stop doing that, it's not funny anymore.
About 65% of the cost of operating the train is covered by a fare revenue, a rate among Amtrak's long-distance trains, second only to the specialized East Coast Auto train. In conclusion, is it really worth it to spend $150 to $200 for a 3-day train trip? Well, if you like to travel to different landscapes, forests, buildings, beach people, etc., it is definitely the trip for you. Fun fact, the Siemens ALC-42s were first assigned to this route as it has a testament for everything, in which the locomotive has to handle. Although you have to face some delays due to floods, equipment breaking down, and lastly freight train doing anything to make them delay on purpose.
So most of our stations are located close to freight yards, and we've got a